Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here, and today I want to talk a little bit about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. This is a brand new game that was revealed yesterday. Of course, E3 is officially in full swing, kicked off yesterday with Jeff Keighley's Summer Games Fest, and amidst that, there were lots of games spoken about, and we'll have plenty of videos on the channel over the weekend. But in this one, I want to talk about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, which is a Borderlands spin-off. Now, it's worth noting, this is not an expansion to Borderlands 3, so it's not a Borderlands 3 DLC. This is a standalone title, slated for next year, and it does sound pretty interesting. If you guys like Borderlands, you like looter shooters, you like that kind of universe, but you also happen to like things like D&D and fantasy RPGs, then this could potentially be quite interesting. I say potentially because at the moment we haven't seen any actual gameplay, but what we know of this title so far is that it, surprise surprise, given the name, features Tiny Tina, so obviously a very popular character, and if any of you guys played the Borderlands 2 DLC, the sort of D&D spin-off one with Tiny Tina, that was fantastic. However, this is going in a slightly different direction because it's going to have those sort of feels to it. However, this one is going to lean even more into the fantasy side of things, allowing you to cast spells, wield melee weapons, and kind of just mess around in a way that you haven't been able to do in Borderlands before. From what we know so far, the game featuring Tiny Tina, of course voiced by Ashley Birch, also stars other sort of notable voice actors including Andy Samberg, Wanda Sykes, and Will Arnett. And in this game, Tiny Tina serves as your guide, basically throughout this sort of tabletop realm, and players are effectively on this quest to defeat the Dragon Lord, which I assume is what we see in the trailer, this character fighting this giant dragon. However, along the way, you'll meet various different characters, collect a bunch of loot, but one of the cool things about this one is that this one will actually allow you to create your own characters. So, you know, in Borderlands history, we are very familiar with taking on the role of different Vault Hunters, all, you know, very different characters, all their own different unique abilities, but they are pre-made characters. However, this time around, it is going to allow us to customize a multi-class hero, so there'll be different classes, and obviously if you factor in things like D&D, fantasy RPGs, if I had to hazard a guess, I'd assume you'd have some kind of tank, maybe a mage, maybe even a healer. Honestly, I don't know for certain, but I would imagine thinking about those typical archetypes will probably be able to sort of fit into those roles. And along the way, we'll of course collect loot. I mean, it is still a Borderlands spin-off, so I imagine there'll be plenty of loot to collect, but they said that you'll be able to loot, shoot, slash, and cast whilst defeating monsters and exploring treasure-filled dungeons. So again, if you like the sort of Borderlands aesthetic, you like the sort of world, the idea of like pursuing all this different loot, but you don't just want to shoot stuff, you want to be able to sort of do more fancy stuff and cast spells and stuff, then this could potentially be quite interesting. Again, I do want to wait until we actually get to see some gameplay to know whether it's something to, you know, fully get excited for. But as somebody that has played all of the Borderlands games, as somebody that enjoys those sort of loot-driven experiences, just pursuing kind of cool different weapons, and honestly, I play a lot of RPGs, creating different characters, different classes, it definitely sounds quite interesting. So I am excited to see more of this, and of course this weekend Gearbox do have a presentation, their own presentation at E3, so I'm hoping maybe during that they may show more, we might get to see some gameplay or at least some more information. So as and when they do share more stuff, I'll keep you guys posted because it's definitely something that I want to find out more about, learn more about, and hopefully once we get to see stuff, we'll know exactly what we can expect. But for the time being, let me know what you guys think down below. If you're Borderlands players or you like looter shooters, does this sound interesting to you? Is it one of those sort of things that when you saw the trailer you were like, oh, this could be cool? Either way, let me know what you think, and if you're excited for it, definitely keep it locked because we'll be keeping you posted as and when we find out more. If you want to catch more from us at HyperX Gaming, don't forget you can catch the guys TwoSixNine and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch weekdays, playing a variety of games. If you guys want to jump in, tune in, watch, and even join in, then make sure you check them out. The links to those are in the description box down below, and of course you can join the Discord to get involved in all of the discussions.